Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV. Welcome back once again to the regular returning members of the RV Nerd Herd. Pardon me. This last year, you saw way more travel trailers than normal on my channel. That's because I just didn't run into as many fifth wheels. But it doesn't mean that, like, I've forgotten about them or I don't like them. What I wanted to do today is go through my top 5 personal nerd preferred picks. If I was going to get a fifth wheel for just me and the wife today, no bunks, what would we be looking at? Now, it's not to say these are the best 5 fifth wheels out there, because I don't know if they are or not. I think that's very subjective. What I like and what you like might be 2 different things. So what I want to do is take you on a whole series of 5 little brief mini adventures here. I'm going to give you about a 2.5 minute flyby tour of a handful of things. I'll leave you a lot of links in the video description if you want to see pricing and availability. If you want to see the full-length video tour of these, I've got all that right there down for you. And I've got a couple honorable mentions along the way. Also, I'll be chapter marking this video in case you want to bounce back and forth to like double check one that maybe you want to take a second look at it or something like that before diving into the full video tour. And if you like how we break these out here for you, hit that subscribe button, like our video, and let's get started. Now, I've made absolutely no secret about the fact that in my videos, I'm a big fan of what Cougar does in their fifth wheels, and I don't think it's an accident. They're currently, once again, the #1 selling most popular fifth wheel brand out there in the marketplace. They've been doing this a long time. They're very good at what they do. But their 290 RLS, it's a model that I initially overlooked. And while it may not necessarily always be the best at anything, it's like always right up there in the top 3 for me. It gives you big living room space. It has washer dryer hookups. It's a north-south queen bed, but that allows for really nice side stands that a lot of bedroom slides don't offer. And an underrated quality of this one is its travel accessibility. Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd from Bish's RV here in Coldwater, Michigan with another Cougar today. And if Katy Perry makes music for tweens, Cougar makes tweeners, basically. This is an RV that kind of fits in between the more traditionally outlined things out there. So like, there's Big Cougar, Little Cougar. There's the Little Cougar 29 RLI. It gives us opposing living slides, but like a small compact upper deck. Then there's the 316 Big Cat Cougar that gives us opposing slides, and then a big upper deck with a full east-west bed slide. And then there's this one that kind of slides right in between the two. But what's awesome about this is it still gives us stackable washer dryer prep, but it does it actually downstairs in the big pantry space in the kitchen. So this thing has either more kitchen storage space than you're going to know what to do with, unless you're my mother. Boy, she can pack an RV heavy. She is one that will challenge the GVW of an RV for sure. Or you can go combo or stackable washer dryer, whatever works for you, and still maintain a true queen bedroom upstairs that is very, very friendly if you're claustrophobic, with nice wide open side stands. Now we've got still dual power awnings, automatic leveling, 0 to 110 degree rated, because that's the thing. Cougars are actually some of the best hot climate campers you're going to find out there. People don't talk about that enough, especially when you factor in the second factory air that's been optioned onto this one. There's also factory solar. There's the rear towing hitch that's on this one in case you want to put like a generator cargo tray or something on the back, or a small little enclosed trailer that you can haul with you or anything like that. It does have a couple hiccups, like the fact that it just doesn't have an east-west bed, but they make other models for that. For what they were looking to accomplish here, I think this thing is really, really well done. And as we go, I'd love to hear your feedback on that. It does have a couple hiccups and hang-ups, so I'm going to make sure I point those out, and a couple notes up in the bedroom that I want to share with you. And over my 15 years of doing this, I've seen a lot of concepts come and go, and there's this trend of what's old is new again. And I think Alliance really nailed that in their 375 RD paradigm. It has one of the most home-like looking and feeling wraparound mega sectional style sofas with a classic rear den entertainment system that I really like. But the way that they laid this one out so that you don't have to like break apart and wrestle the sofa just took it over the top for me. It's got, you don't even realize it. You know, it's got theater recliners, hide-a-bed, it's got all the things you expect out of a big fifth wheel. I think it just provides a vastly better, more comfortable, everyday lounging experience. Not to mention, Alliance's back-end customer service is pretty much the gold standard out there today, and that makes me feel good.
Hey
everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV here with my very first look at a new floor plan from Paradigm. And it's funny because it's kind of that trend of what's old is new again. In the history of the RV industry, these giant, big, really fun, comfortable rear entertainment models were very common. But in the history of the business, they didn't used to have really good entertainment. Like the TV was never facing straight on with any sort of seating. What they did here is something I really like. They gave it almost like a residential style, like sectional style sofa, but you maintain like the hide-a-bed function and the theater function, and you have this big giant space that you can wrap around, you can lounge around, you can kick your legs up over your partner's lap, maybe get a foot rub if that's your thing, or you can absolutely have the space to stay totally apart from one another if that jelly is a little bit more your jam. But in the meantime, in the middle of this, a lot of times when you get a dedicated rear entertainment like this, a lot of models give you kind of a crappy kitchen. This does not do that. Actually, I think this has the same big kitchen that you find in a lot of the other Paradigms. The end result here is just an RV that tends to be quite large. You're probably going to be in dually country here, but if you're looking at this thing, it's a very different layout from what a lot of the modern RV industry has been giving us. You've seen the same 2 or 3 or 4 slide fifth wheels forever, and I love that Paradigm's kind of finding a way to sort of reinvent things, even if it's dusting off some old ideas and putting a new spin on them. Now, that giant walk-in shower, if you're going to spend some long-term time in an RV, you're going to be in and out of that shower a lot, you're really going to like the space that you have there. Obviously, it's washer-dryer protected. We got 320 watts of solar on the roof and a whole bunch of other things. The RV has some really fun, good, comfortable destination use things. It's also got a couple hiccups in its giddy up, as it were. I'm going to show you the good with the bad as we go. If you appreciate that, hit that subscribe button, and let's get in there. But if you watch me on the regular, so you're a normal member of the RV Nerd Herd, you know that I just have a propensity for things that are weird, exciting, new, and different. And I don't know if there's a couple's fifth wheel out there today that is better defining that than the Brinkley Model Z 3400. It's not that they're the first ones to ever attempt a rear patio non-toy hauler. It's just that I think they are potentially one of the first ones to do it effectively. And there's very little about this rig that I don't personally really like. Hey everybody, grab the popcorn and buckle up because this is going to be a long one, but it's going to be a good one. We've got yet another first look world premiere at Brinkley's newest model. And what if I told you that is not a toy hauler? Hello everybody and welcome. Josh the RV Nerd here with Bish's RV down here at Brinkley today. I was invited down once again to get you the very first look at this new 3400 Model Z by Brinkley. And they have really started to, I think, find their stride and break the common molds of the industry. I can't tell you how many people I've seen comments saying, man, I would love to have a patio on an RV, but I don't need a toy hauler. Brinkley answered, and what's awesome about this is it basically has everything that the Z3100 has. It just adds a really cool outside party patio situation on this thing. And we're going to get to see a bunch of new updates that have taken place since our last Brinkley video because they've been doing some improvement inside and outside. So obviously the focal point on this one is that rear patio, but what's awesome is it still has like a roll down screen wall if you want to kind of keep the patio open but keep the bugs out. It's got kind of like what I'm going to call a little wet bar. Not a full-on outside kitchen, although the RV obviously has a propane cooker hooker with it. Up top, you've got that 370-watt solar panel, 50-amp charge controller, so you could double up on that solar if you wanted. And it is like basically fully inverter prepped, and we're going to dive into that more as we go. They are now using hydraulic leveling on all Z models, so this supersedes anything that you've seen on the channel before. No more electric leveling on the Zs. And this living room is amazing. The campsite of the RV is one gigantic buffet bar, basically. But with the help of that power televator, you've got entertainment when you want it, and it's gone when you don't. But that's the thing. This RV has true 3-zone entertainment. You've got rear party smart TV, living room, bedroom smart TV, and they've got a new key block function going on all the Zs now, where if you want to add a 4th zone, you could do that. And there is a ton of stuff to cover on this one. It is a big, beautiful rig, and I cannot wait to bust through the whole thing with you. But it does have, like any RV, there's a couple things that I think you need to consider. I want to show you the good with the bad as we go, and I'll volunteer something real quick here. The travel access on this to things like the kitchen is probably not going to be the very best, but the good news is there's other Z models that can solve for that for you if that's a really important feature for you. In the meantime, we need all the feedback that we can get to share with Brinkley, because your input on these videos continues to develop this product. And if you like how we get down here and still show you the good with the bad, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like our video. Let's get going. But being real, I cut my teeth in this business on Jayco, and right, wrong, or otherwise, whether you agree or not, they're always gonna kind of hit me a little bit different. It's kind of like some people, their first car was a Ford or a Dodge or whatever, and they just gravitate toward it. Now, to be fair, I do try to work off of merits here, and for the last couple of years, like the North Point 382 Flurb, I called personally my favorite front living room fifth wheel, and really it might still be. I haven't really examined that too close lately. But Pinnacle blew me away lately. One of my personal favorite fifth wheel floor plans they've just introduced into their lineup. It is absolutely awesome. It brings things like a desk that people are looking for all over the place. And if what you are looking for is to spend a little bit more than just casual time in an RV, you're looking for that full-time philosophy Hakuna Matata, you have got to see this thing. It takes a lot for me to be caught just flat speechless. This is hands down the most residential looking and feeling floor plan I've ever seen Jayco make, ever. Hello everybody, Josh the RV Nerd of Bish's RV down here at Jayco today, and it takes a lot to leave me kind of dumbfounded like that. This is beautiful. Like, if you are looking for a true full-timing RV experience, you want the comforts of home, away from home, you want to roll the home, that's where this thing comes in. This new Pinnacle right here, it's not necessarily a new floor plan in the industry. It's the first time Jayco's attempted this floor plan, and I feel like they nailed it because they got to copy off of everybody else's test and really, really dial this thing in right from the start. So first of all, over on the camp side of this big wide body beauty, you've got a mega slide where it's a like a dinette and a literal legit desk space and part of your kitchen. The entire rear of this thing, the kitchen just wraps around you, and it is amazing. The storage, the countertop, the prep space. Pinnacles now have a factory standard dishwasher included in them, and the little details like the way that they include the wastebasket, the cutting board, that stuff is amazing. But the living room don't suck. Instead of the same hide-a-bed and theater seat that everybody else does, they went with this wraparound L lounge, and buddy, I love that thing. That just takes me back. Growing up as a kid, we had a big wraparound lounge very similar to that thing, and it hit me in the member berries right away. Not to mention the fact that, like, yes, you can sit down on it, you can do all the normal sofa stuff, but you can just lay down, you can relax, you can stretch out, you can nap. It's what you want for a longer extended stay kind of situation. But the half bath isn't like, it doesn't feel like you have a toilet in the kitchen. You've got that front bedroom with the bathroom ensuite beyond that, and it is a big old luxury ensuite in that thing. Not to mention the fact, of course, you have your washer and dryer hookups there and every other thing. There is they now have anti-sway, they have ABS standard on these. We're already cranked up to 11. I don't even know where they're at now. They're up there. But before we get to my number one personal nerd preferred favorite pick for couples camping fifth wheels, a couple quick honorable mentions. I sort of mentioned that North Point 382 Flurb. I really like that thing, and maybe just because I'm becoming more familiar with it, it didn't like punch me in the teeth this year like it had, but that thing's still a beast. Grand Design Reflection, the 270BN, the Breakfast Nook model came out recently. A little half twist on something they made previously based on some input actually from some other YouTube type people. I think is a really, really good model. It really kind of ranks up there like with a Cougar 23 MLE for me. Amazing travel access, under 30 feet, lots of really awesome qualities. Something else just kind of nudged it a little bit for me though. I also want to give a shout out to Arcadia with models like the 294 SLRD. They are, Arcadia, if you look at how hard they have advanced from the 23 to the 24 model year, I am really excited to see the future of them, and I think that they're a brand to keep an eye on. They are a rising rock star up-and-comer. But there was a new model that came out this year that I think, because it came out right at the very beginning of when the 2024 model started to debut. I don't know that it got all the fanfare it deserved, and that's the Cougar 260 MLE. That thing is an absolute monster. They managed to pack into 32 feet, a full king bed slide or queen if you want it, washer dryer prep, amazing weather package, fantastic travel accessibility, awesome kitchen space, campsite window coverage, and a partridge in a pear tree. Nearly any box I've ever heard somebody look for, it checks, and it does it in 32 feet. And I think it just got overlooked completely, and I think it deserves its day in court for sure. This new model is like everything I think I've ever heard somebody ask for, all wrapped up into one. Hello and welcome everybody, Josh the RV Nerd with Bish's RV, down here with a brand new Cougar floor plan. I called it last year when they came out with the 23 MLE Cougar half-ton fifth wheel. I said this is going to be their best-selling fifth wheel, but a lot of people said I really like it, but I kind of wish it had things like a fireplace or a bed slide and washer dryer prep. Well, guess what, Carol Baskin? That's exactly what this one is right here. So the 23 MLE Cougar still exists. This is its big brother up in the full Big Cat Cougar line, and basically what they've done here is they've kind of redesigned the entertainment bar station, created like a little couple's dining desk situation that overlooks some campsite windows. They've given it a couple chairs and it folds open and functions as a desk. It has ridiculous amounts of countertop and kitchen space and storage. The TV, Cougar continues to listen way ahead of the curve. The TV actually drops down so it's not this crazy high neck wrecker. And up front, they gave it the full Big Cat Cougar upper deck with the larger bathroom, the full queen or king bed slide, stackable washer dryer capable, full front closet, all the things that the 23 MLE, yeah, you know me, just couldn't do because of its size. This one does by default. Now here for the new 24 season, they have also done some things like they've actually improved their solar package. Everything went up by 10% and the charge controller by default is double what it used to be. So you now have 220 watts of standard solar, but you can go 440, 660, and there's some inverters that come along the way when you start going into those big packages, and Keystone kind of continues to lead the push and the charge in that area. But this model gives us no slides on the campsite of the RV, like awesome campsite function. When the slides are closed, you have amazing slide closed accessibility. This RV has very few Achilles heels, but it's not flawless necessarily. And I am going to try to show you where there might be a couple little hiccups along the way. So if you like seeing the good with the bad, even as I'm like excited, sorry, I like new things. Hit that subscribe button. Let's get started because this one's fun, son. But remember when we began our adventure today, this was a list based off things that I've been able to really get my hands on and see recently. There's a whole world of stuff out there. I don't get to see it all. That's why I always encourage folks to get out there and get input and feedback and, catch other people's videos too. I'm not the only guy with an opinion. I'm not the only guy that runs a camera and looks at RVs. Check stuff out. So I'd be kind of curious to know, what's your personal favorite couples camping fifth wheel? Maybe there's one I missed that I need to get out there and check out. And again, remember, I leave you links in the video description if you want the full video of these things, or if you just want to check pricing and availability real quick off our website. We have all that available for you down there, just one click away. Is there another one of these kind of compilation lists, a topic you'd like me to see or go through? I'll do my best to make it happen. But until then, take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.